Hello, my name is Drew Burt. I'm 24 years old, and today is Sunday, November 15th, 2020. I have 521 followers as of about 3 hours ago. My most liked photo is a picture that I put together. It's a clip from Game of Thrones, a clip from Avengers Endgame, and a clip from Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. And it was just me saying, thank you, 2019, for putting a nice bow on all of the fandoms that I love. And it has something like 260 likes or something like that. Logan, Jeremy, and Jacob contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be involved in a group of young collaborative creatives. Blackwolves is the place where we as creatives can make the art that we want to, and not only that, but we also have the access to a group of very talented artists that can help us and support us in order to make the art that we want to make. One of my first and favorite memories is when I was asked to participate in shooting the promotion video for the initial Indiegogo. And that was a lot of fun because it was supposed to be a New Year's Eve party. And I was the only one who actually dressed nice. And everyone called me Grandpa because I was wearing a sweater vest. And I was totally okay with that. My favorite moment of my career so far is what I'm doing currently, which is I'm working with my voice acting coach to create my reel. And that's a lot of fun to get set up because it feels really exciting because it's like we're almost to the audio reel itself. And then when that happens, then eventually an agent will come through. And then eventually, so it's just like it feels like the first leap. Like I've taken the first step, but now it feels like the first leap into getting my career on track, which I'm very excited for. Making a living while also taking care of my own mental health, at the same time, which is difficult, but possible. And it's what I'm working on right now as well. I've actually gone back and forth between a lot of different movies recently. I think the one that has always stuck with me, though, has been The Princess Bride. It's my favorite book, first of all, but there's like The Princess Bride, and then there's The Rocketeer, which is a very little known Disney movie. But for now, I will say Princess Bride. A nice emerald green color. I don't know what it is about it. It's just very nice. At times, yes. Pressure from some other folks, but also a lot of pressure from myself as well. And it's just stuff that I have been working on, that I am working on, taking a little easier on myself, but also not losing the drive that I need. Well, the biggest one I think is when like people say that they want something, and I'm guilty of this in the past, and I still do it on occasion. But if people say that they want something, but they don't put the work in that they need to put in order to get the thing they want, um, that just kind of like irritates me. Probably because I have done it myself, and I just look back and I'm just thinking, no. I've actually recently heard some very good advice that I have taken to heart, and it's that motivation is overrated and some might say worthless. The real thing that you need is determination. Determination is priceless because you can feel motivated. Motivation is fleeting. It goes up and down, and some days you have it and some days you don't. But if you have the determination to do what you need to do every day, whether or not you're motivated to do it, that is what will get you what you want in the end, is if you have the drive to do it. I was one of the supporters in Joaquin Phoenix's Joker film. I suppose I haven't actually worked with Joaquin Phoenix, but I was on the same set as him. And I cheered for him and I was within like 10 feet of him. So I guess him. Definitely Mark Hamill. He's been my favorite like person since I was a kid with Star Wars, and then growing up and finding out that he's the voice of Joker and Skips from regular show and a bunch of all these other characters that I'm such a fan of. He just seems to be like someone who would be so much fun to work with, and that is what I would love to do as well. It's a toss up. Hosier is definitely on one end of my favorite musical artist. Ninja Sex Party, another one of my favorite musical artists. I listen to them almost every day. So, yeah, them definitely. For fellow voice actors, actors, writers, pretty much anyone in the arts, and of course, this can be worked to anyone else who needs advice as well, is that you need to work hard with perseverance, even when you don't want to. Like you need to put as much work in as you can. Do extra work if possible. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. And if you work on it like for an hour a week, it's going to be years before you become an expert at what you want. But if you work like a few hours every day of every week of every month, then you will get to the experience and you will become an expert in what you want quicker while still putting the work in that you need to put the work into. Yes. Definitely equal representation in everything, in arts and even behind the scenes, like with pay as well, like to actors, to writers, to the craft services, to everyone. I just want like an equal playing field amongst everyone in the arts world, and also more representation of different genders, different races within the artistic creation as well. Other than music, Instagram. Actually, yeah, Instagram. YouTube's a close second, but Instagram. The biggest thing I'm struggling with personally is patience, because it's something like I have a goal in mind and I want to get there, but in my mind it's like, okay, as more time goes on, eventually it'll get there, but I don't want that time to go on. I want it to be, I want it to be like now, which is, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but another reason why you need to put in the hours that you need to put in is so you can get there. But definitely patience and taking the pressure off of myself. First thing I would do is I would pay off my debts. I would build a quality recording studio, put in all the money that I need to get a good recording studio. The rest I would I'd send my parents on a cruise, and then the rest I would put in a savings account, however much is left after that. Thank you for listening to my interview and for supporting Blackwolves and all of us young creatives. I also run a business for anyone who's looking to get into Dungeons and Dragons. I can help you out. I have an Instagram page called Toss a Coin to Your DM. It's where I can help you learn how to play D&D in a very judgment-free zone and take it super easy for anyone who's nervous, or if you know how to play already and you are looking for someone to put a game together, that's where I come in as well. So yeah, toss a coin to your dungeon master or toss a coin to your DM on Instagram.